I've been using Uber, your main competitor, in Europe for a really long time. I've been going in taxis in Europe for a really long time. Why acquire FreeNow and not just launch the Lyft app in that jurisdiction?
Because FreeNow is a great company that's got great relationships all across Europe in the really important taxi industry. I mean, look, so Lyft, as you know, Ed, you've been following us for a while. We're in a stronger position than we've ever been. We're picking riders up faster than we've ever picked them up before. Drivers are making billions on the platform in the US and Canada. And so now's the right time for us to go global. And what's great about it is it expands our market, doubles our market, and it allows us to plug into, as you say, the taxi world, which is a huge, huge part of the European mobility scene.
Tomorrow, I think I'm right in saying, is your 2-year anniversary at Lyft.
Good memory, you're right.
Years. And you have fixed the finances of that company to an extent, but the data is so key, right? Uber has what? 1 million drivers in Europe, and I think FreeNow has about 150,000 registered taxi drivers, 9 cities. How do you bridge the gap? Are you confident you can bridge the gap?
Yeah, I am. So the good news is, FreeNow is a great company, and one of the things that makes them so strong is they really understand the local dynamics, market by market by market. Here's the thing. The mobility market in Europe for this kind of ride hailing is about 40 billion euros. Half of that are offline taxis. This are literally still people calling up a taxi company and saying, come take me to the airport, come take me, I'm going on a business trip, whatever it is. So while it's true there are other companies there, FreeNow is the leader in the taxi space. And remember, as you know, taxi is kind of an elevated experience to a lot of Europe. Think of the London black cab. So we think the company is really well positioned to really sort of continue to grow and take over the much bigger space.
But it is a company that's only recently broken even. It's had historic losses. What are you modeling for in terms of what it adds to your top line and bottom line, and how immediately?
Yeah, so it's a profitable company. It has about $1 billion in bookings, which is significant. Now, Lyft, of course, has $16 billion in bookings. So, there's a lot of growth, ahead of both of us. But it'll be financially accretive for us, which is wonderful. And I think as we, they've been owned by Mercedes and BMW, two great sort of storied, auto manufacturers. But I think combining with us is going to give them some new energy, some new expertise to really allow both of us to grow.
There is zero mention in the release about autonomous driving, and every sell-side note about this deal says it's your plan to roll out autonomous driving in Europe with those 2 OEMs that you just mentioned.
Yeah, so here's how we think about autonomous. As we've said, I mean, first of all, of course, it's happening. In the US, we're actually a little bit further ahead. Europe, a little bit not so much. One of the great things FreeNow has is, well, two, they've got great relationships with European regulators, and they've got great fleet management. And as you and I have discussed before, fleet management is so important to autonomous. So, yeah, we think it sets us up really well. Let's be clear, this is going to be years down the road, but it's a really important part of the overall strategy for being a global player.
2 years in, you've done some M&A. Will you do more M&A, and where?
I mean, never say never, but this really is our focus right now, right? I mean, the good news is, again, FreeNow is a great, strong company, and we've got so much to build on. So we're going to be really focused on our European expansion, obviously, making sure it's a big success. And then, who knows? We'll talk later about something else.
Engine Capital, activist investor, they want to change your board. Your reaction, please.
I mean, we interact with shareholders all the time, and listen to their feedback, take it seriously. There's a whole process for dealing with activist investors that we're involved in. But broadly speaking, if you look at what shareholders want, capital return, we're giving out $500 million in a share buyback. Growth, we're growing, we're now expanding, we're strengthening our business by going international. I think we're really well positioned to address all of the issues that shareholders bring up.
Sorry to interrupt, David. Yeah. Have you spoken to them about the FreeNow deal since it happened? No. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Final questions on technology. Atlanta, technology partnerships, May Mobility. Operationally, give me an update, please.
Yeah. So you're referring to the partnership we have with May Mobility, an autonomous vehicle group or company. That's on track for this summer. So super excited to launch right in the middle of downtown Atlanta.
On track for this summer being commercially on track, or this is a kind of toe in the water?
Well, it's on track for us to start operationally this summer in Atlanta, and then it'll grow from there. But first, we got to get riders in the cars, and that'll be sometime this summer.
Because I have the time to do so. 2 years in, what would you score yourself or grade yourself on the job you've done as the Lyft CEO?
Look, I am a self-critical person. I am. I guess maybe one of the things that I do is always look for the next thing. But I do have to say, I'm proud of what we've accomplished as a team over 2 years. You know, getting to profitability, $700 million plus in free cash, and maybe most importantly, picking up riders faster than ever and drivers making more on the platform than ever. So if I look at it from the customer's point of view, we're doing super well. It's up to other people to tell me how I'm doing as a CEO.